36 holes in the old course awaited the 43 golfers making the cut at the 2018 St Andrews Links Trophy, and sitting alone with a one-shot lead at the top was the man who finished 4th last year, Laird Shepherd. Hailing from Rye Golf Club on the south coast of England, there is no doubt just how much he enjoys the challenge of links golf.
Yeah, I mean, I've always seemed to get on with links golf a lot. I really enjoy the challenge of it. I mean, you have to, if you play amateur golf in this country, you've got to embrace it, and I've got a decent sort of background for learning all the shots that are required, really. So.
And after a strong start, Laird had to lean on all his experience to keep his score going. On his first round on the old course yesterday, a terrific up and down from the rough on 17 just to make a bogey.
That was really fortunate, to be honest. I mean, I played a pretty lucky but good pitch for my fourth shot. I was thinking that was 6 or 7, but played a pretty outrageous pitch in there to save my bogey, and then obviously managed to get that shot straight back at the 18th.
Sitting one shot behind Laird Shepherd was Irishman John Murphy, very much enjoying his first trip to the home of golf.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a great experience regardless of the result. I just said I'd come out and take it one shot at a time as you do as a golfer, and that's what I did, and worked nicely yesterday. Thankfully, I had a bonus on 6 with an eagle and kind of got my round going, and then finished off nicely. Played solidly on the back nine to put myself up there in contention. So yeah, happy with the last couple of days and looking forward to today.
2 shots off the lead, tied for 3rd place, South Africa's Christo Lamprecht.
It's amazing being back at the old course. I've been here when I was young, but not on the tour. I haven't played competition golf in a tournament on this great golf course. But it's unbelievable, the whole town, everything's great, and the old course it's the home of golf. Links golf is awesome. The firmness of the golf courses is really cool as well, because you can trust the golf course, you can know where it bounces, you know how hard it bounces, and it's really awesome. I like it a lot, it fits my game a lot.
So there were our leaders at the halfway stage. Englishman David Haig alongside Lamprecht at 6 under, but moving through the field early on was Canadian Joey Savoy. Here he is at the 7th on his morning round, and a very nice birdie putt dropping, moving him to 6 under for the tournament, and he followed it with another birdie at 8 to move to -7. Yannick de Bruyn from Germany, well, he had this putt on 9 for an eagle after driving the green. Just staying out on the left, but tapping in for a birdie, and he would pick up more shots as he headed into the back 9. Back on 7, and David Haig still very much in the mix. He'd picked up another shot at the 5th to move to 7 under, and more fine approach play here on the 7th, playing alongside Christo Lamprecht. Christo had dropped a couple of shots early on in his round, but he managed to get one birdie back. Well, these two having a nearest to pin competition. Both those putts would drop. Haig now 8 under, Lamprecht back to 6 under. Back over to the 9th, and Jake Burnage from Saunton Golf Club in Devon was making his move. Fantastic approach. He would see that birdie putt home, and he would move to 7 under par with 27 holes left to play. Well, what about our leaders back on the 7th? And John Murphy, well, he'd been going along steadily. One birdie prior to reaching the 7th here, and that would be another, moving to 9 under. Laird Shepherd had dropped a couple of shots, needed to do something quickly if he's going to stay alongside his playing partner. And there we go, another tremendous shot here at the 7th, and again the birdie putt would drop. Laird Shepherd back to 7 under. Now, starting the day a few shots further back was Jack Cope. Things didn't go all his way on this Sunday, but we just had to show you that putt here on 11 for a birdie. Jack, well, he would struggle with his game later on in the day and eventually finish up in a tie for 20th. up to 18 now though, and Jake Burnage had kept his good round going somewhat. He dropped a couple of shots, but a nice birdie here on the last for a 70 meant that he would start the final round at 5 under par. Back with our halfway leader on the 10th, and Laird Shepherd knocking in another birdie putt. That would move him to 8 under, but he would drop 3 shots on the back 9 in his third round, meaning the Irishman John Murphy would be leading the way as the third round finished off. He was 8 under at this point in 17. This his third shot after his approach, just laying up short, and very nice effort there. He would see that putt home to save his par and stay at 8 under. Up ahead on 18, Canadian Joey Savoy. Well, he'd kept his good round going. And another fantastic approach, very nearly holing it. That birdie putt would drop, and he would start the third round at 8 under par after a 67. His playing partner for the day was Matthias Honkala from Finland. Not to be outdone, he too knocked in a wonderful approach, and he would see his birdie putt home, and he would be at -5 going into the final round. But after 54 holes, our two leaders were John Murphy and Joey Savoy. Well, looking to come through the pack was Gianmarco Petrozzi from Trentham Golf Club. A morning 68 had moved him to 5 under for the tournament, and low scoring was definitely going to be tougher in the afternoon with that wind getting up. But Gianmarco Petrozzi was completely unfazed as he sank his birdie putt to move to 6 under par. He would go as low as 8 under par at one point, but a costly 7 at the 14th meant he finished the tournament at 6 under par. Also having a good day was Hayden Barron of Australia. We caught up with him here at the 10th, where, although his drive may have been wind assisted and landing on very firm turf, it was still 340 yards to the middle of the green here on 10, leaving that for eagle. He was 7 under par at this point for the tournament after a morning 67. Could he see the eagle putt home to move to 9 under? Well, look at that, just hanging right on the edge of the lip. He can't quite believe it. Well, the very shortest of tap-ins for a birdie was still good enough to get him to 8 under par. But he was in trouble on 16, had to come sideways out the bunker, and had this putt to save his par. It wasn't to be. That moved him back to 6 under par for the tournament, but he would birdie 17 and 18 and post an impressive clubhouse lead of 8 under par. So, could anybody match that? Well, back to 10, and one golfer who was also putting for eagle was Pierre Matzier of France. Fantastic eagle too, moving him to 7 under par. And he was making his move. Over on the same green, shared with the 8th, John Murphy, the leader, had this for another birdie. That would have been his third of the round to go to 11 under par. He had to settle for a par, but still leading the way at 10 under. Well, we followed Pierre up onto the 11th, where he had this birdie putt for a 2. And it goes a 2-2 start to the back 9, picking up 3 shots in 2 holes. The Frenchman going great guns, but he would bogey 16 and finish the day at 7 under, 1 short of Hayden Barron's clubhouse lead. Up now to 17, and Yannick De Bruyne was going well also. 4 birdies and no dropped shots up until this point. But he had left himself that putt to save par. He was now 9 under for the tournament. And it would stay that way. A terrific up and down from the young German. And he knew he was in with a shout as he moved on up to the 18th, where the galleries, as always, were gathered to watch. Now, could he see this home for his birdie to post a clubhouse score of 10 under? Oh dear. Well, he was very nearly walking to pick that out there, just catching the edge of the hole, but staying out. But a new clubhouse leader, Yannick De Bruyne, 9 under par. Back down to 17 and Jake Burnage was still going well. He was 8 under par at this point, but his approach had gone through the green and onto the path, but he showed a lovely touch, knocking that close and seeing the putt home to save his par, which meant coming up the last he was 8 under and needed a birdie to join the clubhouse leader at 9 under, and it wasn't to be. Well, an 8 under total for the tournament, and Burnage 1 shot back off the lead. Well, that was the state of play. Lamprecht and Murphy still 9 under, looking to match Yannick De Bruyne's clubhouse total. Joey Savoy here of Canada, well, he dropped a couple of shots and needed to hold that approach to join the leaders at 9 under. It wasn't to be. He would par and finish the tournament at 7 under. Back to 17 with the young South African, Christo Lamprecht. This his third shot after his approach coming up short, out with the putter, and a misjudgment and into the road hole bunker. Just what he didn't need, whilst in a tie for the lead. And that would prove costly. Lamprecht failed to get out the bunker with his first attempt, so he is now playing his 5th shot. Well, out it came, but that putt wouldn't drop. A very costly 7 for Lamprecht. And that was the end of his chances of winning the Lynx Trophy. Well, he's certainly not the first, and he definitely won't be the last golfer to see his title challenge at a tournament here in St Andrews disappear on the infamous road hole. Out behind him, with what seemed to be half of Ireland now following him, John Murphy, still 9 under. And he did get out the bunker with his 3rd shot. And not only that, he would hold his nerve to sink that putt as the final game in the galleries moved up onto 18. Well, Laird Shepherd, he was now a few shots back on 6 under par, but a lovely approach would be followed with a nice birdie putt, and he would finish the tournament 7 under par and a tie for 5th. So it was all about John Murphy now. This his approach. The flag, as is tradition, cut fairly close to the front of the green, tempting the golfers into the Valley of Sin, but no mistake from Murphy. And he'd given himself every chance to birdie the last, come in at 10 under and win the Lynx Trophy for 2018. Well, just catching the left edge of the hole there. A fantastic attempt from John Murphy to win this trophy. But he would have to settle for a playoff by tapping in for a par, finishing the tournament alongside Yannick De Bruyne of Germany at 9 under. So, straight down to a sudden death playoff on the first. John Murphy, first to play his approach, safely over the Swilken Burn onto the green. What would the reply be from Yannick De Bruyne? Well, he's asking it to calm down, but that's a fantastic shot. Well, he's knocked that to about 8 or 9 feet. And in a sudden death playoff, well, that is pressure on to John Murphy. What could he do? Big galleries assembled the other side of the Swilken Burn. What a fantastic effort. A birdie 3. What a putt that was. Just when you needed it most. And after missing the putt on 18, a fantastic way to bounce back. Well, that hole just got an awful lot smaller for Yannick De Bruyne. Could he take it back down? 18. No, just catching the edge. Well, hard lines there, Yannick. But our winner, John Murphy, and well deserved after a fantastic birdie 3 on the first playoff hole. And after the presentation, we caught up with John Murphy to get his reaction to winning. And apologies for the pipe band practising in the background. Well, we are in Scotland after all.
I kind of just set out a game plan for the old course where I was just going down the left and hitting fades, and if it didn't fade it was perfect. It was just going to be in another fairway. So I gave myself a lot of kind of maybe 9 irons, 8 irons into the greens, but I mean I was making pars at worst. I wasn't making any mistakes. I think I maybe had one bogey in the afternoon. It was a 3-putt, but I think I maybe hit 17 greens in both rounds, so that was certainly the key to winning. Honestly, I haven't held anything outside 10 feet the last 2 rounds, so I said to myself on the first green that I was due a putt, and I had the line. It was just a nice straight putt, and just rolled in the front, and it was in as soon as I hit it. I knew it was in, so it was nice.
Congratulations, John Murphy from Kinsale in Ireland, winner of the 2018 St Andrews Links Trophy.